had to take a bit of a lie down, and yeah, time got away from me. So hi Fruji, thanks for joining me this evening.
Hello, hope you're feeling a little bit better.
Thank you. Usually distraction helps a bit, so I'll be focused for the next 2 hours. Yeah, so we are having a 50 plus competition this evening. So yeah, we look forward to see the rising stars of speed puzzling, and hopefully a new podium tonight, maybe meet some new people. Welcome to our followers on YouTube. Great to have you with us. So we are at that time where we can unwrap the puzzle. So remember, if you'll keep participating in the party and you want to keep your wrapping paper for some creations on Thursday night, yeah, so you can go ahead and unwrap. But if you're going to make a creation out of it, try not to destroy it on the way. And yeah, this one has some pretty strong stickers on there, so you'll want to slice those as well.
Ooh, is that a hay?
Yes.
Looking
so
good.
Yeah, hey, hi, I'm not sure how it's pronounced. It's a German brand. Yeah, so just check that the lid comes off easily, and put the back in the middle of the table.
Looks like it's going to be a very colorful puzzle.
Yeah, so while people are still unwrapping, we had a theme tonight, didn't we?
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
We asked our participants, what skills do you think you need personally to be a faster puzzler? So how about yourself, Fruji?
Oh, it's probably being a little bit more organized in general. I tend to also be someone who like sinks into the complete chaos puzzling of like reaching for 5 things at once. So that's something that I have to work on, pretty much just to be a little bit more disciplined, because like it kind of belongs to also being organized. Like it's very, very hard for me. Like I like pretty much the way I puzzle is that I look through the entire pile and then pick out always the pieces that I recognize, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they belong to the same place. So I have like 10 different things in my hand, and then I just reach for like everything. So that's what I think slows me down a lot as well, because I have to like move like so many different things around. That's one thing that I have been working on.
Yeah, we'll see how organized our puzzlers are today. So I just want to remind everybody, since we have the first time to do 50 plus with the new system, I think everybody has registered by now. We have 90 registered. That sounds pretty right. Yeah, so at the moment it says 2 hours. No, there is no done button yet, because you can't click done. It hasn't started. So basically it says 2 hours, and at the moment that I say that the competition starts, that then the screen changes. Instead of saying 2 hours, it starts counting up from 0, and then just a little bit below the timer there will be the done button. So yeah, and for some reason, if in case this doesn't work for some reason, then just write down in the chat. But at the last competition on Sunday, it worked perfectly. So okay, we are going to be ready to go in a moment. Let me just double check. Okay, so the time limit is 2 hours. Let's do a countdown in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Good luck, everybody.
And off we go. Yes. Before you tell us about the puzzle, tell me, what do you think is a skill that you have to still work on for puzzling?
For me, using the left hand more. I feel that I use it towards the end, like when there's only like individual spaces to fill in, like then I can fill up my left hand and my right hand, and I kind of place here and place there. But I think for the majority of it, I'm kind of just using it to hand my other hand pieces. But yeah, a bit more conscious of my left hand would be good.
Yeah, that is also a pretty good goal.
Yeah, so let's see what we have today. This is part of the Take a Trip series from Heya. So there's 4 puzzles in the series, all with the same background. We had one last time with full of like candy, donut monsters, and this one is yeah, has some cute animals on it instead. This one is from Jeremiah Kettner. And yeah, so 2 hedgehogs, a cat, what's that, a raccoon, maybe? A raccoon? A bunny? Tell me
I
what
would say
animal
it's
that is.
bunny. It has
Yeah,
big ears.
yeah, it looks, I don't know,
Oh, the brown one.
the stripy tail is putting me off.
Ah, I thought you were talking about the other one. No, it's probably a weird raccoon.
Yes, so let's start in the middle of the alphabet today at N. N for Nadia.
Yes, people are wildly flipping for now. We're still only like less than a minute in, or around a minute in, so it's completely normal that people are still flipping their pieces. There are some sorting going on already as usual, mostly the edge pieces, but I can already see some colors being taken out in some screens around.
Yeah, so on screen we have on the top left, we have Nadia from Indonesia, then Natasha from Austria, Nina from Slovenia. I think that's her first time to participate. We also have Nora from Finland. Well, we have 2 Noras, Nora H from Finland and Nora L from Finland, and Ramona from Switzerland.
Yes, looking good here. It might look like I'm not looking at the screen or paying attention. I have my phone on a separate on like a separate place where I can follow the YouTube stream as well, so that I can see the comments. Yeah, last time I was telling you that like the stream didn't really work, so I'm looking down, but like I'm not on my phone, but looking at the live stream.
Yeah, so running the jigsaw jams, we do need quite a few screens. I have 3 big screens in front of me, plus my phone.
Yeah, I actually also have multiple screens where I have other stuff that I am looking at, but like YouTube has been somehow not a friend of my laptop, along with like and going at the same time as the meeting. So yeah, it's the best solution so far that I got.
Yeah, so with us today we also have Rika from Denmark, Robert from Sweden, Ruth from Switzerland, Savina from Germany, and Sana from Finland, and Sana. Yes, we have 2 Sanas, Sana R and Sana V, both from Finland.
And also still some flipping going on. And as we always explain, like in 50+ competitions, this is not an age group. So this is the 50+ club, the rising stars of speed puzzling, who are still haven't completed a puzzle in under 50 minutes, more than 6 times. So these are people who are either new to speed puzzling or just not exactly among the fastest of the fastest. This is a special competition for them, also to like give them an opportunity to shine.
Yeah, and as we look at the pieces on the table, we can see, well, at least to me, there's some brown that stands out. The brown raccoon. Tell me what it is. It's got pointy ears. It looks cute. It might be a cat, but a cat with a stripy tail. I don't know. It's a confusing brown animal. It's got stars in its eyes. So there's some, yeah, yellow stars in the green eyes. Yeah, and then also something interesting is the background. So there is a lot in the foreground. There's a lot of flowers that are like all over the place. You've got orange and pink flowers, yellow flowers, lots of green leaves. However, you can also look beyond that. You have the sky in the background, a big thick band of water, and then a thick band of sand. So that might be helpful if you get stuck on too much of the detail. Just kind of look beyond that into the background. That also, we might see some of that in the sorting as well.
I'm pretty sure that it's a cat or a cat squirrel.
It might be a squirrel.
Even though the squirrels don't have a stripy tail, but like it's a fantasy character, so it can be a squirrel. It's a really, really charming picture though. Have you completed this puzzle already?
Yes, I have. I can double check my time. It was just some months ago already. This is the Take a Trip by Jeremiah. I did this in just under an hour, so 58 minutes 20.
Yeah, is it as tricky as what it seems like? Like, yes, there is like a very distinctive background, which I think helps you place most of the pieces, but the flowers might actually be quite tricky to do.
Yeah, when I remember it, I think I did uh, the the flowers last.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm pretty
that
sure I
sounds
did the.
logical.
Yeah, I think I did the animals first. So the brown animals, those stand out in the pile to me because the other colors are quite pastel-y colors, quite soft, and quite colorful. Whereas the brown to me stood out quite strong. And then after that, I think I tried to focus on the different backgrounds. So probably the sand background early on. But I remember at the end, I had like a pink piece, and it's like, oh, which flower does this belong to? Oh, there's a yellow piece. Which yellow flower does that belong to? And kind of jumping around the puzzle. Yeah. So we also have with us today Sari from Finland, Simona from Germany, Siv from Denmark, Smilla from Sweden, Steffi H from Germany, and Susanna from Germany.
And we are about, yeah, 7.5 minutes in. Most people are already assembling something. I can see that Sari is working out of the box actually. And some edges are already taking shape. Mostly the bottom edge, interestingly. Almost every screen that I see is mostly the bottom edge, which kind of makes sense in the sense that it's very dark compared to like the rest of the image. So I guess it's also easier to sort out.
Yeah, no, yeah, definitely the lower edge is easier because you can see like those sky pieces. There's a lot of pieces, a lot of the border pieces have just blue in them. Some of them touch some of the flowers, and so you can kind of match up where the vines are or which flowers go, but there are lots of gaps in between. So we might see people building out the borders and then kind of shoving some blue pieces to the side to do later, as we see on Smilla's. Or maybe she just hasn't got to that part yet. But yeah, so at 8 minutes, yeah, most people have flipped and starting on the assembly.
Gossip Gaming on the YouTube stream is saying confident with raccoon for the brown lad. He's called Racco.
Okay, can go with Racco the squirrel cat. So,
The squirrel raccoon. And their guess is 49.49 for a winning time. So just under 50 minutes. Then the puzzling model says 47.57. So people seem to be confident with a sub 50 as the first finisher, which I think is very possible as well. Even though this is a 50 plus competition, it doesn't guarantee that people are going to be over 50 minutes. Like we do see finishers sometimes extremely fast. Also in the 50 plus competitions. It is also for just beginners who are new to speed puzzling.
yeah, it really depends on the puzzle. And yeah, we've had some easier puzzles recently. So this one is, yeah, I would say more like average difficulty. And also in keeping in mind with higher, they do have false fits. And you notice that on the solid color sections. So you might experience that in some of the sky. But here, this is a lot less sky compared to the other one, the one that we had last time with all the donuts. There were some larger sections of blue sky. And some people may remember the purple one, funny hedgehog that we had, like one of the earliest EJJs that had a big section of purple solid color, and that was a bit more difficult. But yeah, let's see who we've got. We've got with us Tammy from the USA. We have Tuli from Finland, Verena from Austria, Veronica from Germany, Vesna from Finland, and Willems from Latvia. Oh, and Veronica is doing some flowers.
Yes, I can see that. I also spotted that instantly. And then I also see that Vesna is probably also live streaming or competing tonight. From what I can see, I can spot her husband sitting next to her.
Yes, she did say that she would be live streaming this evening. And yeah, we can't, yeah, there's a bit of a bad connection on Willems. It's a bit blurry, but yeah, we can see now he has started on the border.
Exactly.
Yeah, and Tammy's going for the Racco.
And has the majority of the edge also already done.
All right, looking good.
Looking good here. And yes, I agree, Valentina, on the YouTube comments. This puzzle is adorable.
Yeah, I chose it because I thought it was easier, but once I mean, it's not terribly hard, but oh, hang on, that one's not there. But it is slower compared, you could say it's slower compared to some of the others that we've had recently. Yeah, so at the end of the alphabet, we have Ronnie and Zach. By the way, as Ronnie's from Switzerland and Zach is from the UK. And if we have time today, we're going to have a chat with Zach as well, find out what he's up to. And we found out today that he is actually organizing a marathon for the United Kingdom. So
Oh,
stay tuned for that, British folks. That's going to be a blast.
that very much made my ears perk up when I found out about it, that he's organizing a marathon. I'm always up for a marathon, and
Yeah.
I'm willing to travel as well.
Start checking flights to England.
Yes, I'm anyway looking for excuses to go to England, so that would be a very good excuse.
Yeah, we also have Aaron from the UK and Anna from Slovenia, Angelica from Germany. Oh, and Angelica is working on a 1,000 piece puzzle off to the side of a vintage world map, or like a ancient world map. And on the bottom right, we have Annalise from Belgium working on some lovely pink flowers.
It has actually been very cool, very cool. The last time when I was co-hosting one of the EJJs, and we were marveling at Angelica's camera setup, she actually posted on Instagram what it looks like, and she has like a balcony inside her apartment, and that's where the camera is. So it's like fastened somehow to like the railing, but also has to be weighed down by flour. So that it stays up there. So she has an overhead camera that way, which is pretty funny.
Yes, it looked so professional the way she showed it, how it's like coming up from the balcony, from the mezzanine floor above. And then the next picture was basically a couple of like 1 kilo packs of flour weighing it down, so the camera doesn't fall over. So that was very amusing. So thank you for sharing that with us, Angelica.
Yes, and I'm very jealous of that whole puzzling setup. It looks great.
Yeah, I mean, she has got a really good sized table, and she's got a clean white background. And look, she can even just put a 1,000 piece of the puzzle off to the side and still have space for a 500 piece puzzle.
Yes, that also makes me very jealous. And then I actually also like Zach's setup, like that black mat that he's using on the table also looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I think depending on the puzzle, I mean, this one works well today because we have a lot of pastel colors, so it really pops on that black background. But I'm sure on some others with darker images, it could be a bit more challenging, but it's got a good overhead lamp there. And I can see he's been training for the worlds with the butterfly, threaded butterfly off to the side. All right, yeah, looking good there. And Aaron's doing a great job there, starting at the bottom of the image, working on flowers and building his way up from the bottom.
Looking good. And Rika in the YouTube comments, I agree. I think you were you were guessing something like that with the setup on Angelica's table and camera situation. Let's look
Okay.
at some more competitors.
Yes, so we also have Anu from Finland, Beth from the UK, Bibi from Denmark, Birgit from Germany, and Karine from Netherlands, and Catherine from Luxembourg, our lovely co-host. This time she's puzzling.
This time she's on the puzzling side.
Yes, so Fuji, you can admire Catherine's table and her organized setup there, looking very neat.
Yes, it does look extremely neat. That's exactly what I'm striving for. That's a very, very good skill.
And you can see exactly after she's finished what she's working on, she's got her next pile ready to go. And that's also like Birgit. Birgit always has her pieces organized on different boards. We can see she's pulled out the browns onto one board. For now, she's working on the border.
Yes, she also has a great setup. That is probably also very, very good for like large puzzles, like multiple thousand pieces. At least it looks huge from the camera angle.
Yeah, no, that looks like an enormous puzzling table. And she has fantastic lighting there as well. So looking really good there. Yeah, so we can see Bibi has started on the cat, I believe. The cat is like a beigey with patches of brown. So that's the lighter part that she's done there. Whereas Beth has, yeah, parts of the border done, and also, yeah, some of the parts that are catching her eye. So the bunny is a bit of a bluish shade. So she's got like the blue patches of the bunny's face is like a blue and white bunny.
And I also want to highlight what Catherine wrote as a response to today's theme, which is what to practice and what skills you need for speed puzzling. She has a pretty comprehensive list of what you need for speed puzzling, which is good hand-eye coordination, being good at recognizing patterns, being able to distinguish between colors well, being accurate when placing the pieces, spatial thinking, and so much more. So yes, puzzling is about so much more than just putting the pieces into their place.
And so much more than just being faster of your hands. Like, yeah, there's so many different skills involved and things that you can learn. That's why I try to appreciate each puzzle for what it taught me, because there's always something you can learn from a puzzle, and it could just be like recognizing a certain texture better, or knowing when to, yeah, give up on a solid color section and switch to something else, or just how to organize your table better, knowing when to sort and when to just pull as you go.
Even in what order to solve the different things. Like back at the European Championship, for example, but any like big competition where you have a lot of people very close to each other finishing, like you can see that sometimes just by what sections you left last can determine like the different times that you have. Like especially during I think it was the pairs final at the European Championship, where the first place, Kati and Chiara, were working in just one spot, and the second place had almost the same amount of pieces as them, but they had them scattered all over the puzzle. So that actually changed their times, because Kati and Kiara could just focus on the one thing and they didn't have to move around too much. But with the other team, they had to scatter around. So that already takes away a lot of time. So like it's also like kind of strategical thinking in a way of how you put the image together.
Mm. Yeah, and that's always interesting, is to seeing where people start and how people finish. And I have to say, I really like the slogan of peace, relax. At the first time I heard it, I thought, oh, it's a bit lame. You will always get there. But when you see how many different ways there are to ways to approach a puzzle, and how many strategies there are, and even the top puzzlers will do things completely differently and kind of break the general rules, like Christian will put pieces on top of his puzzle, and all these different things. It's like they all get there in the end. So
yes, exactly, it does play out the same way in the end. They all get there.
So on screen right now we have Catherine from USA, Connie from the Netherlands, Daniela from Germany, Daniela from Netherlands, Dietmar from Germany, and Dominic from Germany as well.
I also like what Catherine wrote, which is also like a very comprehensive list of what skills you need. And the first one for her was also organization, but then quick flipping, able to recognize colors and textures across the field or gather them quickly into a pile, shape recognition, some patience, determination, perseverance, and a positive mindset. And am I a teacher or what? Because she does teach children, so she is a teacher.
So a nice list there of points. Very good. Yeah, so now we're seeing some animals coming together. I like how Daniela J has got the The Racco done, the completely brown Racco. We also have Daniela S working on the cat face, and Dietmar's done a great job there on the flowers in the bottom, on the bottom border. So I guess it's like a hedge with big blooming flowers, as opposed to the flowers throughout the image are more like on a creeping vine winding their way up the image. I actually quite liked. I think I did the bottom flowers quite late, and I actually quite enjoyed that. I was like, oh, I should have done that earlier. But the bottom row of flowers is definitely easier than the ones that are all like spread out over the image.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah, and Dominic's also doing a great job there with the brown animal. Oh, he's done the two hedgehogs as well. Yeah, so there's two
Yes.
little hedgehogs uh, up kind of in the trees in the back, which are also very cute with the flowers.
They are kind of my favorite parts of the puzzle.
Yes, and a shout out to Catherine's timer. Her timer is a cow. It's like a kitchen
Oh,
timer in the shape of a cow. It's very cute. She shows it in all her in all her puzzle images on
that's
stories on
actually
Instagram.
that's actually so super practical because if you think about it, it's a mascot and the timer in one.
Yes, that's so true. Well, she has a walking mascot that sometimes climbs over her puzzle. Um, but yes, that's a good one. That's a puzzle you can take with you to the worlds and put on her. She can put on her table at different competitions.
Yes.
All right, so we have Dominic from Poland, Dora from Switzerland, Eliza and her sharks. Oh, I hope the sharks are coming out on Thursday. They were the shark party was were the stars of the last party, and we're having another party on Thursday night. If you didn't know, make sure you come back and watch. There will be a lot of fun and prizes for everyone. So for viewers and participants with different categories. So that's Eliza. She's from Estonia, and her happy little shark at the dining table. We also have Eric, the not so speedy speed puzzler. We have from the Netherlands, Everly from Estonia, and Fanny from Hungary. And I think Fanny's mascot is the character on the puzzle. She'll have to tell us what animal that is.
And I was on mute the whole time. So I'm so sorry. So yes, I want to give a special shout out to Fanny from Hungary, just for Hungary.
Have you been on a team with her?
No, actually not. We have met at competitions before, but I don't think we have puzzled together yet.
Yeah, she always has in all of her Instagram posts as well. She always has her little mascot on it as well. Hopefully, he will be there on Thursday as well. Oh yeah, so Elisa's doing a great job there on the animals. So she hasn't done any of the border at all. I think she's pulled them out and they're on like on a black tray off to the side. But yeah, she started with the biggest features of the puzzle, and yeah, now that she's got some really big islands there, it looks like she's switching to do the border. And you can also see she's kind of cleared like a rainbow of space. There's a nice arc of black space around her completed pieces where where she can build into.
Yes, that actually also looks very like efficient, to be honest. To have these islands and then kind of like burst out from there.
Yes. So what other skills are people wanting to improve on?
Well, one of the answers were just one word, focus, which I also very much like.
Yeah, that reminds me of Zach's reply. He said that he wants to stop from his mind from wandering. And then I immediately thought, what does your mind wander about during puzzling? Is it not focused on the puzzle? Is it focused on the live stream? Or is it focused on something else? Is your mind wandering about, I don't know, what you have to do tomorrow or like upcoming holiday or something? Like when I'm doing the speed puzzle, I don't really have time to let my mind wander.
My mind always wanders. I have the exact same problem. And actually that was one thing that I was wondering about yesterday in the gym. when we were doing reps on like some machines that I was working out on, and I realized that I can like I want to do like 10 reps, and I start counting, and then I lose count after like 3 because I think about things. So then yeah, I can't count to 10 because my mind just wanders off. And it's the same in speed puzzling. It's actually an interesting question for like another EJJ of like what you think of during puzzling.
Oh, yes.
What are your thoughts?
Well, recently I've just been thinking about what terrible puzzles I picked. I've Mary Andrea from Colombia just joined us. She was listening to us while she was doing the spikes puzzle. I also did spikes in the past week, and I was also thinking, this is really terrible. When will this end? Who picks these puzzles? Like, whose job is it at Ravensburger to pick these puzzles? Then I've done the otter. Then I've done the peacock. Like,
You did a row of like horrible puzzles, but
yeah.
I actually have to admit that I think Spikes is one of the better ones of like the 2025 series. I like it way better than any of the animals.
I'm just hoping I qualify for the semis and that there will be a beautiful illustration, a busy illustration. That's my hope. I just want to get past the nature photos and hopefully have a nice image like this, like something like this would be lovely. Semifinals.
Oh yeah.
And Ella Angelica says, don't forget the Octogate. Yes. So on screen we have some new people. We have Freya from Denmark. And I did ask her to join us for an interview, but she didn't check her Instagram messages. So Freya, I asked you to stay. If you can hear me, we'd like to chat with you later when you finish. We also have Gabriela from Romania, Hagar from Germany, Hannah B from United States, Henrietta from Denmark, and Irma from Switzerland. And a big shout out to Hannah B from the USA on the puzzle last week. Was it last week or the week before? The Gibson's puzzle, she got a 12 minutes. She bet her personal best by 12 minutes.
Wow.
So a huge jump there. So fantastic. And there's a fast puzzle coming up next week. So
ooh, now you got me interested.
It's going to be raining personal bests.
Yet again.
If you didn't get one last week, then just wait another week. All right, so yeah, looking great here. Lots of borders, lots of brown animals. Yeah, so it's interesting. I think it's really going to be the flowers, the vines that people end up on at the end.
That is probably going to be the last for many, many people. Because it's also a pretty big section of like just the blue and the flowers. Like everything else is like pretty populated in the image. Like the brown still has a lot going on, and like the animals probably take up a lot of space. So they have like a lot of negative space that you are already filling out. So yeah, I would guess that a lot of the sky is going to stay last. But at least from what I can see on the image, like with those flowers, all of them seem to be different. So if you like pick up one piece with a flower, you're going to kind of know where it goes if you look at the image, hopefully.
Yeah, so talking about terrible puzzles, Ali says that she still has the peacock untouched in her closet.
Oh god, with the peacock, I have to admit that I started doing it, and I think 1 hour in I was like, I'm bored, I don't want to do this anymore. So I actually turned on like a podcast or maybe even like a video that I was watching while I was doing it. I just get bored with it at one point.
Yeah, it's a struggle. I did it an hour, well no, about 45 minutes before dinner. Then I came back in the evening and did like another 20 minutes. And I will have to continue on with it. Maybe I do some 20 minutes of it after tonight, but it's not something I could do. And like, I mean, I forced myself to do the otter again in one shot, but I think the peacock, it's kind of like something to do like dribs and drabs with like a wine in the hand. And
yeah, the wine in the hand definitely helps. With like very, very, very bad puzzles that I really don't want to do, it's either like, yeah, you get like a glass of wine, you start like a good podcast or an episode of a series you like, or in my case, I call my mom very often and then I chat throughout the puzzle.
Yeah, because when my husband, we have a guest staying with us, and so when my husband got home last night, he's like, "Oh, would you like a, yeah, let's open a bottle of wine." And normally, if I was doing a speed puzzle, like I just completely ignore them. I'll just be doing my own thing, and like, and I'm just like, yeah, why not? I'll have one too. It's not going to make me faster. It's not going to slow me down. It's just this puzzle. So, oh, we see some new people on the screen. We have Isa from the Netherlands. By the way, she has an amazing t-shirt that she made herself. She was in at the Puzzlethon in Trier, and she has a black t-shirt, and then she has embroidered, no, she has like patchwork puzzle pieces on her back, embroidered on, but the puzzle pieces are patchwork of like multiple different fabrics. It's I took a photo of it and it's on our reel of the event, but it's a very impressive t-shirt. I like it. Then we also have Isabel from France, Yulia from Romania, Eva from Czech Republic, Jan from the Netherlands, and Janine from Germany.
Yes, everyone is doing great here as well. We're half an hour in, and we see a lot of the puzzle sections already forming. I can see some flowers over there, completed edges. I can also see that I can't see the name on the small image, but the person in the top in the middle has already sorted everything pretty well. So like you can see like a distinction between the pieces as they are on the table,
Yeah,
which
that's
can
it.
also be very helpful.
Yeah, that's Isabel. Yeah, I want to get a close up of Janine because I feel like, I mean, she's quite small in the image, but I feel like there's a big chunk of like a big island done. Like if we look at Isa, you can see that she's done two big animals, so two big sections. Other people are a bit more like scattered, like a bit of flower here, a bit of a border there. But I feel like Janine has got a huge connected chunk. So let's zoom in on Janine and see how she is going.
Yeah, let's take a look.
Yeah, it looks like she's got the animals and maybe even some connections in between them, as well as part of the border. So you're looking really strong there, Janine. That's looking
That's
fantastic.
looking great, yes.
Keep it up, Janine. Oh, and look at her timer. It's a bunny.
Oh, again, it's a timer mascot.
Yeah, well, Janine and Catherine often puzzle together. So they have the cow and the bunny. So maybe Janine saw hers and said, I got to get one too. What other animals are out there? Very
Great.
nice.
That gives me the idea. Now I need to get like an animal timer.
We have to see if there's a dog timer for you.
Yes, exactly. Especially a dachshund shaped one.
Yes.
Also, the lighting looks really cool. Yes, when SJ pointed out that Janine's lighting looks really cool.
Yeah, I think that's a new, it might be a new setup because Catherine was over there the other day and they did the Pairs 1000 puzzle together. And then at some point the video dropped up because there wasn't close to a charger. I think the phone ran out of battery. So um, hopefully her camera or phone laptop has now been connected to a plug. All right, we have with us Jenny from the Netherlands. We also have Jessica from Sweden, Your Queen from Spain, Jody from the UK, Judith from Germany, and Yuka from Finland.
We have a lot of Finnish representation today.
Yeah, I think
like.
the Finnish and the Germans are the most represented today, and they usually are too. Usually, obviously in Germany, we always have a ton of Germans, but the Finnish really love their online puzzle contests, and we're very happy to have them with us.
And
Yeah,
there's actually a comment saying, "Let's go parky, finish it quickly so we can go to the pub."
yeah. Parky is Jody Parker. Parky puzzles.
And then I also want to point out what Yuka said as a response to today's theme is like stamina, detail orientation, organization, stress handling, everything.
That's a good point. Stress handling. I think that's going to come up at the Worlds. Like, how do you cope with stress? And also putting yourself in the situation, like going to competitions, participating in online, that you also get used to being talked about on the live stream, that you get used to know that people are watching you at that particular moment, and also being, yeah, hearing the countdown and having this quiet room, like all of those things can be a bit stress inducing. And yeah, just thinking about how to cope for that for the next couple of weeks. Yeah, do you have any stress management tips you'd like to share?
Well, not specifically about like competition and stuff, because I'm generally not stressed about competitions. I'm pretty cool in that sense. Um, yeah, I do get like very shaky hands when I start the puzzle. Interestingly, so it's literally when we're already there and the timer is starting, and like you have to open the things, that's when my hands don't want to cooperate when I start. That's often also why I can't open like boxes or bags
Oh,
and it just goes wrong. Like at the German championship, for example, I was in the round that had the only one puzzle that still had like a foil around it that you had to open. Like I got, because my hands just don't cooperate in the beginning, I was standing there still fighting with the foil while everyone was already flipping. So
oh,
so that's the one thing. But apart from that, I actually don't get very stressed. So I'm not really good on like giving advice for stress. I think mostly because of like of the interpreting work that I used to do. I have a pretty high tolerance for like performance under pressure.
mm-hmm.
So yeah, in general, I think the more you expose yourself to the situation, the better. So these online competitions help a lot in a sense. And then as many competitions that you can go to, the more you expose yourself and the more you get into this situation, the more your body also gets used to like the adrenaline rush that you get and just the running up to the event and everything. So if you're used to it, it gets easier.
Yeah, I think for sure. I mean, I can tell you, even though I wasn't puzzling when I did the first two Euro Jigsaw Jams, the live streams, like I was shaking the whole time. I had no idea what I was doing, but I was just like, okay, we just do this. We have a live stream and I just talk. And I felt so silly and it was so nervous, so nerve-wracking. But I can tell you by EJJ number 90, like I don't even think about it. In fact, I just jump out of bed and jump onto the live stream and yeah, not as necessarily in a good way being prepared, but it's I don't need to kind of get into like the zone or like calm my nerves or anything because I don't have any nerves anymore. But yes, hopefully our participants don't have nerves and are enjoying the puzzle. I can see we've made some good progress here. We are seeing things coming together nicely. We have Karen Brownlow on screen from the USA, Karina from Germany, Kinga from Poland, Kristen from Sweden, Christina from Hungary, and Leah from Denmark. And we can see
Oh,
that
they actually.
Kinga is doing a fantastic job. Kinga from Poland, she was in Trier. You can see she's got her little speed puzzle and EJJ badges there. Actually, I'll have some at World, so if you want to come and get some from me, you can come and say hi. But yeah, Kinga, you are doing fantastic there, like already over halfway. So I don't know if
Mm-hmm.
maybe she's done this one before. I think this may have popped up in a competition in Poland. Okay, thumbs up, yes. We have Karina, who's also doing a great job. She's got most of the bottom section done. And I can also see on some of the little screens as well that some people who we're going to get to soon have also made great progress.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we're
Yeah,
at
doing incredible there.
39 minutes. So the question is, do we have someone who's going to finish in the next 5 minutes? We are almost at the end of the alphabet, but looking fantastic there. So from what we can see so far, Kinga is pulling out towards the front, and there was somebody else just one or two screens before that was also going really strong. Yes, we'll find them again in a minute. So let's get to the L. So I started at N, and now we are at L. Yes, it's Lynn. I saw Lynn on the small screens, and she is making fantastic progress.
I actually like Matt's comment on YouTube very much, where he says, if you are a stressed person, remember that there is always a person that is more stressed than you, and that's me.
No.
And then Ali Pali, Augen zu und durch, which is like close your eyes and just do it.
Yeah.
which is Which is, yeah, that's also applicable. And then Sandra saying that she was so stressed and nervous to just help out in her first EJJ, and now it's just fun and exciting. And Rika agrees that she was super stressed before, like in the beginning, and now it is just fun.
I think a good phrase for me is like fake it until you make it. Like it's some if you do something enough times, like you can just pretend at the beginning like that, you know, it's just that you're very comfortable and you're very, it's like you kind of fake it that you're in your comfort zone, and then at some point it becomes your comfort zone because you've done it enough times. And it's the same like when I moved to Australia when I was a younger person, originally from New Zealand. I didn't know anybody, and so I just got into the habit of going up to people in certain situations at university or at church or at events and just introducing myself and saying hi. And it felt really weird the first few times, and then after a while it just became so normal, like I didn't even think about it anymore. And so you can kind of train yourself to be the person you want to be by just doing it and just faking it until it becomes natural.
Yeah, that is a pretty good strategy. Because usually, like a lot of the people that actually end up being successful in something, they're not necessarily the best ones, but they go into it with like bold confidence. And then on the way, they just turn better and better.
Yeah, and the thing is, you can basically train yourself to be like that. Like if you're not a public speaker, you can learn that. um, it's not necessarily something that comes naturally, but you can learn. If you do it enough times, you will pick up the skills. And the same with speed puzzling. And yes, in the competition right now, I can see some really nice puzzles coming together. We've got Leah from Denmark, Letizia from Switzerland, Linda from the Netherlands, Loretta from Ireland, Lynn from Belgium, and Marguerite from South Africa. And I like how Linda has got like, yeah, definitely more than 50% of the puzzle, or like four main sections are done. The three large animals and the hedge of flowers at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
So that's looking really nice and solid there. Also, Lynn, Alfie has got a really big band, so you can see everything with like the sandy background. Yeah, so don't forget to look at the backgrounds. If you've done like the big brown animal and the cat, then just look at the background, get all the sand pieces, and then suddenly you've got like this nice big block that's done. That's really satisfying.
Yes, that is actually a very, very good skill or trick as well that I think I have learned like on the way at one point, which is like if you feel like you're getting stuck, like look at the background instead of like the things that are on the image, because a lot of the times the background actually helps you out a lot of like where to place something with like an object or just a part of the object that is on the image.
All right, we also have Maya from Finland, Maya P from Finland, and Maya P from Slovenia. We have three Slovenians today. That's very nice. We have Maria H from Finland, Maria TB from Sweden, and Marie N from Norway. And shout out to Maria TB, who's doing a kati. She is puzzling from a train.
It feels like it's turning into like a tradition.
She wrote to me today. She said, I think I'm not going to be able to get to my destination on time, so I'm going to try and puzzle from the train." And you can see the table has been like flipped open, and like the camera is wobbling. But go, Maria, you just go for it. You're doing great, and we're happy you're participating.
It's unbelievable.
We're going to start a tradition of people puzzling from trains.
Or at one point you have to have a special, Deutsche Bahn or whichever Bahn wherever people are, like a special EJJ train edition.
A train edition. Everyone hops on a train and does a puzzle.
Exactly. Which would be pretty funny.
Yeah. All right.
I like what SJ wrote, which is if you do what scares you, you'll end up not being scared of anything. Just tying back to like the topic that we were talking about.
Yes, and I have to agree with that. And that's something that I respect Kati for, is because I think a lot of top puzzlers, they get to a point where they're always like in the top or on the podium, and then they're kind of scared to have like a not so perfect performance or not so perfect competition, because their average might go down or something like that, or it might not be as good as the others. Whereas I think Kati like is willing to take risks and to take on a challenge and say obviously it's not going to be her best performance with all the, you know, the stress that's going on and all the different environments, but she's going to do it anyway, and she's going to see, can she puzzle on a train? And I think that's just, yeah, a good skill to have, is to say, okay, I don't hang on so much onto that podium, but yeah, also challenge and yeah, just just expand your range of puzzling skills, you could say.
Yeah, I agree very much with that.
So we also have Marina from Sweden, Mayday from Poland, Melanie from Switzerland, Michal from Poland, Miriam from the Netherlands, and Mooney from Germany. And we are at the end of the alphabet, and it's 46 minutes, and no one has finished yet. Okay, good. So looking really good. We'll have a quick glance at how everyone on this screen is doing. Some nice brown cats. That seems to be the common feature.
I would actually, at the moment, as I'm looking around, I would put Kinga and maybe Tammy in the lead. I can't really see much others.
Yeah, no, definitely Kinga was on a really good stretch there. So yes, looking good here. Let's see who could be in the running for the top 10. So Tammy. I heard that Karina is also doing well. Robert.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Robert's doing the top half. Like he's got about, yeah, definitely over halfway. Tammy is coming from all over. Yeah, and she's only got small patches to fill in between. So she's done most of the main sections. She's got the border and the bigger flowers done. And now it's just a lot of like background bits, like the fillers. But yeah, Kinga only has the animals to do this. So that
Yes.
must start there.
And she is pretty much has the entire top section done. I think all of it is done already. And I see in the YouTube comments that Kinga did this puzzle in 59:20, mine in the Shipki puzzle. So probably she's going to beat that today.
Yeah, that's really great. Yeah, no, Kinga hasn't been on the podium yet in the 50 plus club, so that would be, yeah, something exciting for her.
Definitely.
Good, Kinga. Yeah, so it might be at this point between Kinga and Tammy. We're going to see who else is looking strong. I'm going to go back to Janine.
Let's take a look.
Okay. Yeah, so she's also over halfway. She's got some gaps towards the top, but yeah, she's filled out a lot towards the bottom.
And Vicky is cheering for Krista from Hungary. Hello, Vicky. And Sandra is mentioning that a big bunch of puzzlers have just graduated from the 50 plus club, which is, yes, it's true. A lot of people have been have been improving so much, and a lot of people have been graduating, so to speak, from the 50 plus club, which is pretty cool. As we have explained before, like if you have completed more than 6 puzzles on a first attempt under 50 minutes, that's when you graduate from the 50 plus club. Obviously, like it's impossible to like really control this. It's mostly about the honesty, but so far from what I have seen, people seem to be like very proud when they graduate and they can't enter these competitions anymore. So yeah, it's always very nice to see when people actually like speed up so much that they can't compete in this competition anymore.
Well, I also heard, I was quite surprised, but apparently there's someone who's hanging on to the 50 plus club, somebody who's in this competition. I was quite surprised. I heard that they didn't want to do the fast competition next week because they want to stay in the 50 plus club. I'm not sure the logic for that. I thought everyone would be happy to know that they can get under 6 times under 50, that would be a confidence boost. But maybe some people want to stay in their comfort zone. Yeah, so we also, yeah, so Kinga and Lynn, Tammy, Robert looking really good there. And yeah, there's, it looks like it's still going to be some minutes before we see the first finish.
Yes, it does. Ali is asking if it would be okay to say hi to me if she would see me at a competition. And yes, I think with the world approaching, that applies to you, Michelle, as well. I think that like people recognize us and like I'm not going to speak for you, but like if I'm very happy when people say hi. I can't guarantee that I'm instantly going to know who I am talking to. So I might need a little bit of time to like catch up. But otherwise, yes, always come say hello. I'm friendly and I like socializing. So yes, the puzzling community and like in general, like puzzle competitions are exactly about this, that you can like pretty much chat with anyone.
Yeah, no, I'm very happy to meet anybody, everybody. I really appreciated all the people that came up to me last year and said hi, and that gave me like a face to the name, because I pretty, like, if you've participated in several Euro Jigsaw Jams, like, I recognize your name, I know which country you're from, I probably know your Instagram, but then to have like a face to that and just to meet the person, like, yeah, I really appreciate that. So I know it can be a bit weird to go up and say hi to people.
But it's okay.
We don't bite, and you might even get a badge from me. So come and ask for a Jigsaw Jam badge.
Yes. It was actually very hard last year at Worlds, which was my first like big event, that like I knew a lot of people from Instagram by their Instagram handles and like the puzzles they have completed, but I have never seen their face. So it was sometimes like a little bit awkward when it turned out that like we have actually chatted a couple of times already. We just had no idea that we were talking to each other. So so it takes a little bit of time, but like yes, everyone come say hi when we are at the Worlds.
Yeah, and something that's quite nice about the party is that because people are showing, like there's category, prize category for best dressed or for best table and room setup, people tend to angle their camera a bit wider and not only show their hands and the table. And I remember somebody saying, oh, it's so nice to actually see the people behind the names and not just the hands. And that's true. So maybe that will be a good reminder. At the party, we'll actually see people's faces, and that will help us to recognize people better.
Yes, exactly.
But yeah, it looks like Tammy is on a race with Kinga for the first place spot.
And she might actually catch up to Kinga from what I can see on the screen. She might actually have less pieces left. It's hard to tell from where I am sitting, but I think Tammy might have sped up a bit here. So go, Tammy. We're at 53 minutes at the moment. 54 already. This seems to be a more challenging puzzle, really. Because I don't think that it has happened in a while that we haven't had finishers like around the 50-minute mark.
That's true. This one is a bit of a later one, but we're going to get it under the hour. And Tammy,
Definitely.
go Tammy and go Kinga. This is your chance for the podium. Looking really fantastic there. Pop those
It is
last
looking
pieces
great.
in.
Go, go, go.
Oh.
And then I would say maybe Eva is closest to third place at the moment, but maybe not. Her hands are covering up a lot of the bottom of the image. No, actually, maybe not. Trying to see everyone here, but go, go, Tammy! And Tammy is finished.
Yes. Congrats, Tammy. First place.
Just under 55 minutes. Congratulations.
This might be her last 50 plays. Congrats.
Yay. Ooh, I love the hairpins. I have just seen her seen the the hair clips. They look incredible. Oh, she's so happy. Yay! Very good. Great. And then let's see who's going to be up for second place today.
Yeah, so first place was 54 minutes and 59 seconds.
Great, 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 great.
Yeah, so I think we're going to see times a bit more spread out for this one.
It looks like it, yes, because we do see that Kinga is maybe like 12 pieces left. And then there's a bit after. People are spread out a little bit more.
So King has got a lovely, colorful nail polish.
Yeah, looks great, yes.
So when she's in a team puzzling competition, everybody knows which fingers are belonging to Kinga. All right, looking fantastic, Kinga. Pop those last pieces in and take your second place.
Doing great here. And done.
Boom. Second place to Kinga. Yay!
And yes, she has improved her time, which was 59 minutes something before. That was, and this is now her second attempt with 56:51. Amazing job.
Yeah, so on screen right now, we have like another group of finishers coming up, but it's still going to be some minutes before the next finish, unless somebody jumps up that we haven't been on our radar yet, but we're looking really good. We have Lynn Alfie, Robert, Smilla, Freya, Veronica, and Fanny. Eva is also doing a fantastic job down there. But it might be Smilla. Yes. Oh no, she's got pieces on top of the puzzle. I don't see any pieces off to the side.
Yeah,
Yes,
but that's a very deceiving tactic.
Yes.
But almost super close.
Yeah, so it could be Lynn Alfie or it could be Smilla for third place.
Well, eagerly watching. So far we have two finishers at 58 minutes out of the 91. And yes, it does seem like competitors are a little bit more spread out in this competition. It's actually more comfortable for us because we have a better chance of catching every finisher on camera.
That's true. The hardest ones are the sub 50 ones where they're just like chicka 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 one after each other.
Yes, exactly. And we can only have 6 people at one time on the screen. So that makes it even more challenging.
But yeah, go Smilla and go Lynn.